What's the word, YouTube? Back with another in-depth review for the MLB. Be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, man. We on the road to 100 subscribers. Be sure to let's get us there, fairly sooner than later, We're gonna get to our first 100 subscribers and I'm gonna do a $50 giveaway. Be sure to leave a comment every time we get close to that 100 subscribers. Be sure to leave a comment, and any one of you commenters could win $50, man. But let's get into today's video. This is for Saturday, August 19th. We gonna start off with Boston, New York, top of the slate. We got Cutter Crawford. This is last 5. You pretty much know what to expect against him, man. Against a good lineup or a fairly decent lineup, he gonna struggle. He gonna give up at least 2 to 3. And against like the more dormant offenses, then he kind of shines a little bit more. And I think that's what happens today against these New York Yankees, man. These guys are so dormant right now. Terrible. 6-game losing streak. I don't want no piece of them boys. I don't think they gonna do better. They couldn't do good against Brito or Bale. I don't think they're gonna do even better against Cutter Crawford. Like, they didn't move the needle with the. Well, I mean, like, the pitching advantage is way better. Garrett Cole is much better. He's a way better pitcher for sure by a long run. But is he winning games though? That was a narrow victory right there by the Marlins in his last game, 8-7. Lost against the Chicago White Sox. It's no excuse for that. 4 earned runs, 3 strikeouts, 2 walks. 2 walks in all of his last 3 games. 2 home runs. He's just not winning games. Lost against the Rockies. Lost against Baltimore. He's just not winning games. I don't see his offense just waking up. I mean, they will wake up eventually, but I don't think it's gonna be tomorrow. What's dramatically different from tomorrow from today? I just think the Boston Red Sox is the better team. We're gonna move on. Kansas City at Chicago, man. Now this is an interesting game. Brady Singer coming in good form. He won 4 of his last 5 starts. Beat up on Boston dormant offense. New York Mets looking sloppy right now. Seattle is a great win right there for him, man. No homers, 1 walk, 2 earned runs. Great game for him, but it was a tight game. And they lost against them Yankees. He ain't really giving up more than 3 runs for the last 3 starts. He giving them a chance to win, man. But I do think he's been getting lucky as of late. The last 4 games just tossed in his favor. He's gonna give up at least 3 runs against this Cub offense. At least 2 to 3 runs guaranteed off the starter. You see Justin Steele's last 5 is a win. Pitching 6 innings or 5 innings. Yeah, he's giving up runs too. He's very hittable, very hittable. He's pitching in a lot of high-scoring games. He got 1 under right here, 7-point game. Everything else is 9 or higher in his last 5. He's very hittable, and I think they got patched up yesterday. And I think they could get patched up today again, man. This Kansas City lineup is hitting right now, man. I think we see runs early and often. If Candelario is in this Chicago Cubs lineup, I'm going to go with the Cubs money line. But if Candelario is not in the lineup, I'm going to go with Kansas City money line. Next game, we're going to go to Miami. Miami, man, that Miami Magic is still live, man. I've been telling people about that, man. Miami Magic is live right now. They've been pulling off upset after upset after upset. Underdog. You feel me? Like they just snapped this 11-game win streak for the Los Angeles Dodgers. I knew it was coming soon, but I just didn't know they was gonna sweep Brewers like that. Los Angeles been playing crazy right now, y'all. But that Miami Magic, man, they did it against the damn Astros. That offense is killing it right now in Miami. I just think we see another over. Honestly, like Yuri Perez coming back from the AAA. He got patched up against the Atlanta Braves, and 3-run loss against the St. Louis Cardinals, and a 3-run loss against the Cincinnati Reds. 4 earned runs against a dormant, struggling Yankees offense. He got 4 earned runs in 4 innings, 2 walks, and only 5 strikeouts with 1 home run. He was only able to manage to beat the Pittsburgh Pirates. Really, that's like his only comfortable win in his last 5 games. He's not really pitching the greatest, man. I think if they could let the dormant New York Yankees score 7, I think they could let them Dodgers score. I think we get an over anything around 10. I'm taking over. If it starts off at 11, I gotta see some things. I gotta see if the lineup is officially if it starts off at 11. But I think we get over 11 here. Yuri Perez really is not moving the needle. Neither is Ferguson. Not at all. This probably might be a bullpen game. Take him out early. The needle didn't really move. Over again. Over. And I'll definitely lean. Yeah, I just really wouldn't pick a side. I'll just lean over. But I'll lean Miami if I had to pick a side, man. Until the Dodgers. I know the Dodgers is on an 11-game win streak, man, but I think that Miami Magic is real. I think that Miami might reverse sweep them. Honestly, I think Miami might go for a reverse sweep. I could see Miami pulling it off, man, if they come on with us ace on the 3rd game. But next game we gonna go Arizona, San Diego. I went with San Diego today, man. Friday, and now they proved me right. And we got Merrill Kelly versus undecided. Merrill Kelly has not really been that good. He's lost 4 of his last 5. He's just in terrible form. You know, the Diamondbacks been dreadful lately. You know, we're turning back to their medium. Like I told people, they was so overrated. Yeah, when you're making the damn. I mean, they do. He is involved in a lot of dormant games, man. Dormant offenses. I think the Padres fit in with that dormant offense. They could be super off, just off one night, like after being super hot the last night. I think I'm gonna lean under on that Arizona San Diego game. I think everybody just trying to get out of there and just get to the next series. Not really too much scoring, unless it's like terrible pitchers. Maybe we could get an over on this one, but I'm gonna lean under at San Diego money line. Next game we got Milwaukee at Texas. Fastball Freddie versus Dane Dunning, aka Kirk Heinrich. This boy remind me of Kirk Heinrich every time. That's why I've been fucking with him, man. He's 9-4 in his last 13 decisions. He lost his last game coming off a 12 strikeout game, 1 run given up. They lost it in final innings. Great game for him. Sucks to see them lose that. Last 2 games before that, great games, man. Great outings against 2 dormant offenses. Games before that, San Diego, 6-run loss, 3 earned runs given up, 3 walks, 1 homer. Dodgers patched him up some slight. And then he beat Tampa Bay and Boston and lost to Washington. It's been way much better than that before that. Dane Dunning is pretty reliable, man. That offense is reliable, man. Top of the AL West. They did take a rough beating last against the Milwaukee Brewers, but I called that game too. I had the Brewers because they just got swept by the Dodgers, and when you get shut out 3 games in a row and you're a decent team, you're most likely gonna bounce back on a game one. That's been hitting at a high rate, so we knew to take the Milwaukee. They made us sweat for it though, so I think with fastball Freddie on the mound, he got patched up against a great offensive lineup with the Braves, but other than that, he's been holding teams to at least 3 runs or less for him for his outings. Um, I don't think he holds this team to 3 runs or less, so I don't think they're gonna just score 3 or less. And I think they also get a little bit on Dane Dunning as well. I think we could lean the over again on this one, over. And I'm gonna lean with man. This is a tough one, man. I think they could do a reverse sweep as well. I'm gonna lean with Milwaukee on this one. It's a tough game, but I actually might lean with the Texas. I gotta see the lineups for this one. I might lean Texas, but I'm leaning Milwaukee right now. Next game we got Philadelphia at Washington. Christopher Sanchez versus Jake Irvin. I'm not a big fan of Christopher Sanchez. He's too nonchalant. He doesn't care. He doesn't have an effort. He doesn't give his emotion. None of that. That's what you're gonna get out of this dude. You feel me? Like you're just gonna get like nonchalantness. When he's losing, he just doesn't give a fuck. When he's getting good and feeling good, he gets lucky. His defense backs him up. He thinks he's such hot shit, man. Like, he really is lost in the world. He gave up 6 earned runs against the Kansas City. They hot offense right now. And then they won 13-2 against Minnesota his last outing. That's a good game for him. He gave up 2 homers though and 3 walks, 5 strikeouts in 6 innings. Before that, he lost by 2, lost by 1, and lost by 2 to the Brewers, giving up at least 2 runs at least, and then 2 of those are only wins. 3 of those come loss. I don't think they're gonna really move the needle with that one. I think Jake Irvin is still in better form than Christopher Sanchez. He won his last 5 starts. He's still giving up at least 3 runs. I think we see another over and the Nationals win. I'm taking the Nationals money line and the over. Again, both of these lineups are dynamic. I keep telling people to Washington is the best, worst team out here, man. The best bad team out there is the Washington Nationals, man. Take my word for it, man. You will make some real money betting on them Nats. I like betting the Nats on the road as an underdog, though, more as than home, but they could get it done when that crowds get involved, too. I like the Washington and the over on that one. Next game, we're going to go Tampa Bay at Los Angeles. We got Tyler Glasnow versus Chase Silseth. He's won 3 of his last 5 starts. 1 run or less, or 2 runs, my bad. 2 runs or less. He gave up 2 home runs in that one. He's been striking out batters, man, against a dormant offense in the Seattle. Seattle can be dormant at times, and in the New York Yankees, he got double-digit strikeouts, 5 and 4 against 2 good lineups against Houston and Atlanta. Then Houston again, he gave up 2, but he only went 2 innings in that one. That's still 2 strikeouts, 2 walks. He could be on a short leash in this game. We gotta watch how short leashes is, and that bullpen for the Angels isn't too good, man. I do not like the Angels bullpen. They don't really have anybody else on that bullpen that I'm impressed by. So I could see runs late in the game, just like this game that just finished today, 9-6, late in the game. I could see runs super late, and I could see runs in the early beginning. This is Tyler Glasnow's last stats. They've been pretty good, man. Both of these pitchers been giving up like 1 or 2 runs when they start. 5-1 game, but he's winning. You feel me? Against the teams he got to win against. Gets a 1-run game, and they snapped against the Giants in their last outing. He gave up 3 walks though. He's still striking out batters too. I might look at his props. Tyler Glasnow strikeout props. I might take the over on his strikeouts. He's been striking out batters, man. I think he could get some strikeouts on this Angels team that could go missing sometimes. Their tickets as low as $3. That's showing you no faith in this Angels at all. I'm gonna take the Tampa Bay Rays money line and the over again. We're gonna keep fucking with the Tampa Bay Rays have been keep not disappointing. People keep saying they're gonna go on a slump. They're not gonna win the World Series. They're not gonna do this. Well, they gonna show you. They gonna show y'all what's up, man. Like I'm not saying they're gonna win it all, but don't do that with them. Do that with another team. Do that with Milwaukee or somebody or somebody more questionable. Like Tampa Bay is not the team to tweak on, man. Don't take them boys lightly. I'm gonna take Tampa Bay to damn near sweep this team. I think they can sweep these boys. Unless Shohei is on the mound, I'm not fucking with the Angels, man. Next game, we got Toronto at Cincinnati. Chris Bassett versus Brandon Williamson. I don't really like backing Brandon Williamson no more. He disappointed me in his last start. I tried to back him up. I tried to give him one more fair chance, man. One more fair shot. And he blew it against the Pittsburgh Pirates. It was really his bullpen, but I can't. I mean, and his offense too, man. The offense and the bullpen blew it. He was pitching a good game the whole game, and then they just blew it late, man. Like I gave him a shot, man. He beat the Dodgers with a pretty good game. And then he got patched up next game, 16-6, 4 base hits and 5 earned runs. Then the next game he pitched good. Then the next game he lose to the Pittsburgh. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna keep depending on him to pitch good and try to see if he could bounce back. No. Until he showed me consistency, man, I'm fading this man, Brandon Williamson. But on the other hand, we got Chris Bassett. Chris Bassett coming in, 2 wins in his last 5. Didn't win against the Dodgers in his last outing against them. Didn't win against the last outing against the Chicago Cubs, 4 earned runs. He's given up a homer in his last 4 games. Pretty good strikeout numbers, at least 5 in his last 5. 4 earned runs, the most runs he gave up in one start in his last 5. And I think versus those dynamic offenses, man, he could give up a lot of runs. And the Blue Jays really don't have to face that much of a dormant offense. I mean, that much of a dynamic offense. Like, the Rays can get hot, though. The Reds can get hot, don't get me wrong. I know how good that Cincinnati Reds team can be, but as of late, they have not been scoring that much, man. I faded them today on the over was at 10.5 with Berrios on the mound, and whoever started against Berrios today, the over under was at 10.5. Let me show y'all just so y'all know I'm not lying. Yeah, look at the over under right here at the bottom. 10.5, y'all. I instantly took the under, immediately. 1-0. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't let these books fool y'all, man. Do not let these books fool y'all. I knew it was not going over at all. I knew it was not going over at all. But, man, let's go to the next game, though, man, because I think this one is fairly simple, man. I think we go stab the under again. Stab the under. Brian Williamson pitched pretty low-scoring game last game. Pretty much good ground ball game. Chris Bassett the same way. Ground ball pitcher. He's going to strike out batters, too, sometimes when he got a good dormant offense to do it against. But sometimes he could give up that long ball for sure in his last 4 games. Yeah, I think we see minimal effort here. Maybe a 5-3 game type of shit, but I don't think we get over 9 runs. Under on Toronto, Cincinnati, and I'm leaning Toronto side. But I don't really like backing Toronto, honestly. I'm not a Toronto fan, but I'll lean Toronto in this one. Next game, we got Detroit at Cleveland. Eduardo Rodriguez is a pretty good pitcher for these guys. Like he's alright, he's manageable. But last game he got 10 base hits, 6 earned runs, 2 home runs, 8 strikeouts, 1 walk. 2 games before that he won by 3 or more, 6-0 and 6-3. Angels was a loss at 4 earned runs, 7 base hits, 3 walks, and he won against the Royals, and that's his last 5. Um, he's all right at times, but I don't really like backing him against a good lineup. Um, he's going up against these guys in Cleveland. Tanner Bybee. He's 9-2 in his last 11 decisions. I like Tanner Bybee's work. He limits in the home run ball, but he given up 3 in his last 5 games. That's not too bad. He gets good strikeouts numbers. Um, he's just winning games, man, and giving his team a chance to win. And I think they got a little bit of a better lineup, man, for sure. So I'm gonna lean with the Guardians on this one, money line. Guardians money line and maybe the under. Guardians money line and the under, but I wouldn't put the total on this one. I'll just leave it Guardians money line. Next game we got Pittsburgh at Minnesota. Mitch Keller is so boo boo. He's terrible to me. Dookie. Nimrod. He's a straight Nimrod to me. But he got super lucky in his last outing against the Cincinnati Reds. I watched that game start to finish. Gave up 3 walks. He kept getting bailed out by his defense. Kept getting like to a double play or something. And just got out of a jam again. You see the last, oh my goodness. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. His last 7 games before that. L's. Losses. Got super lucky last game and burned my ticket, man. I couldn't stand it. But it happens, man. The Pittsburgh Pirates have been playing better as of late, but I don't think they find it here, man. Honestly, I don't think they find it against this team, man. They're coming into this one against the Minnesota with Sonny Gray on the mound. I like to back Sonny Gray sometimes. Sonny Gray has burned us a couple games, of course, but I like backing Sonny Gray more often than not. Sonny Gray has a pretty decent lineup to back him up. When he's been on the mound, they scored 3, 5, 5, and 0 and 3. He's given out good strikeout numbers in his last 5, at least 4 or more. That's what I like to see, at least 4 or more, man. Minimal 4, that's what I like to see. Giving up 2 home runs, that's good numbers. 3 earned runs or less. All these starts been on the road too. 2 in his last road starts, his home starts. Let's see more of his home starts. Against the Baltimore, he got patched up. 6 earned runs. Boston, he won 5-4 extra innings, 3 earned runs. Detroit, he lost again. Cleveland, he lost again. San Francisco lost again. Cubs lost again. He's not really winning games either at home. That's why I don't really like backing him sometimes, but it's like a coin flip game, man. I think the momentum's in Minnesota right now. They're at home. And I think the momentum's in Minnesota. I like the over on this one for sure, though. We're going to go get an over on this game. Mitch Keller's not good. Sonny Gray can give up the ball sometime. Pittsburgh's been playing better. Minnesota's going to score at least 2 or 3. I think we get an over right here. Over. Next game. And I'm going to lean Minnesota money line. But next game, Seattle at Houston. This one is getting interesting. Logan Gilbert. He's 7-1 in his last 8 road starts. What am I saying 3 for? 7-1 in his last 8 road starts. Boston, Arizona, Toronto, San Diego all lost to this dude. He's given up 5 earned runs against Toronto. That was pretty ugly. 9 base hits against Arizona. He got bailed out a lot. It was a low scoring game that should have been over. Boston, that's a 9-point game. San Diego's a dormant offense at times. Like I said, he got 12 strikeouts on those dormant ass boys. Um, and then his last outing was 7-6 loss. He gave up 4 earned runs and 7 base hits in 4 innings. 2 walks, 2 home runs against the red hot Kansas City Royals. So I like that over on that Cubs and Royals game. Um, but he still gave him a chance to win. That was a run line cover for the Seattle. Still, run line cover. I think Seattle's gonna pull off the upset today, coming in here against a Framber Valdez cat that's gonna give up runs. He's given up 4 or more in his last 4 starts. Even against a dormant offense against the Oakland A's, he gave up 4 runs. You know what I'm saying? Like, great lineup in Texas, gave up 6 earned runs, 8 base hits, 2 homers, and 1 strikeout. Baltimore, 6 earned runs. Miami, 4 earned runs, or 4 runs. 3 of them was earned, 2 homers in his last 3 games against good lineups. Coming in here with another good lineup that's red hot right now. Seattle's gonna pull off the upset. I got Seattle money line. I like Seattle money line. Man, BFB. Like I said, man, leave a comment. Leave me your parlay right now. Let me know your parlay in the comment. And then leave a sub, man. If you haven't subscribed already, man. I see a lot of my viewers that's unique viewers, people that's new to my channel that haven't found me out yet. A lot of y'all watching it, but I need y'all to subscribe, man. It's gonna help out a lot. We on our road to 100 subscribers. We almost there. But next game, let's finish it out strong, y'all. New York at St. Louis. We got Kodai Senga coming in here, man. He's won 4 of his last 5. Pitched good against a good offense on Chicago. Pitched pretty alright. Serviceable numbers for Atlanta. 3 earned runs, 4 base hits. Not no home runs in his last 5 though. That's crazy. He just been letting shit slide. He could get stolen bases. Let stolen bases happen. But he's been beating pretty hot teams though right now. Atlanta, Chicago, and Washington has been beaten by this Kodai Senga cat. Lost to the Royals. And he beat Boston by 1. Miles Michaelis on the other hand, man. Coming in here. A 7-5 win last game against the worst team in baseball. 4 earned runs that game, so I think he give up the same amount or a little bit less or more against this against the team he coming up against today. Tampa Bay hit him pretty good, but he got out a lot of jams. That should have been an over. 8 base hits, but only 2 earned runs. He got a lot of help. Dormant offense a little bit in Minnesota, but they've been picking it up as of late, but sometimes they could go flat. He gave it up 3 runs. Before that, man, he only could pitch 2/3 of an inning, not even a full inning. Pretty much a bullpen appearance for him, and a 10-3 loss. Before that, 11 base hits, 5 earned runs, and a 8-6 loss. I'm pretty much looking at the over here. I like the lineup on St. Louis a little bit more, but I like the over here. Kodai Senga can give it up. Miles Michaelis can give it up. Both bullpens can give it up. I like the over here all day long, man. Over. I'll lean St. Louis money line, but I don't really like Miles Michaelis. So I'm just gonna stab the over. Next game, we got San Francisco, Atlanta. Logan Webb versus Yanni Chirinos. Logan Webb's coming in here pretty alright. Dead even pitcher. Like, man, he's such a definition of average. Um, Last 3 games been wins for him, pitching pretty deep in the ball games. Before that, though, against Washington, he only could make it 1 inning, 5 base hits, 6 earned runs, and a terrible game in a row on the road over. Whenever he's on the road, man, it looks like it's trying to go over, man. He got 6 strikeouts in his last game against the Angels of all teams, and that was an over 11-point game, and they won that 8-3. Offense showed up for the Giants. Other than that, man, he's been pitching into like pretty dormant offenses, but except for that Texas game, that's a good lineup that he shut down. Um, on the other side, though, we got Yanni Chirinos. He's pretty boo-boo. I don't know why they picked him up at all. They should have left him at the crib. They should have just left him at the crib, or he should go work at GameStop or something like that. Like, I think he'll do way much better at, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he'll do way better like at a cart pusher or some shit at Walmart. I could see him doing that way better than pitching baseballs. But last 2 games, he given up 14 base hits, 12 earned runs, in 9 and 2/3 innings, 4 walks, and 10 strikeouts. Damn near every game he's been in the last 5 games has been an over. He's an over machine. We're gonna ride the over. Great lineup, Atlanta. There's another good lineup that could hit this Yanni Chirinos cat. I think we get the over, guys. Logan Webb's pitching pretty low games against dormant offenses, but this is not a dormant offense. I think he get hit up, and I think the other side get hit up. I see the over here coming into tuition. I like the over on Atlanta, and I'm gonna lean with the San Francisco money line side. I'm not a fan of Yanni Chirinos. San Francisco money line and the over. Chicago, next up, we got Chicago White Sox, terrible. At Colorado Rockies, man. My White Sox are terrible, man. It sucks to say it that my boys are that bad. Jesse Shelton's not gonna move the needle. Michael Kopech was on the mound. They got lost to I think it was a 15-1 game or 13-1. Terrible loss, man. Michael Kopech is much better than this cat. It's a bullpen arm, most likely, short leash guy. When he goes against a dormant offense, or he gets lucky and could get 3 base hits out of a team, you can pitch pretty deeper in the ball games. But if he's giving it up early, they're gonna take him out, man. I don't like the Chicago White Sox bullpen at all. Like, they got a whole bunch of bummer guys, like just guys that you don't even want to have on your team, man. Kyle Freeland is no better. Kyle Freeland is dormant as well. It's terrible. He throws bean bags. You can say whatever you want to say about him. It's true. This guy sucks. I think we see an over here, man. I think after a team like Chicago gets shut out 1-15 or 1-13, I think the next day the team that got shut out, they kind of score a little bit more. And I think the Rockies are on a roll right now. I think the Rockies still win this game, but I think we get an over here, a little bit more competition from Chicago. And I think we get the over with the Rockies win. Like I said, though, when Charlie Blackmon is in the game, y'all, back these Rockies. I've been waiting for him to get back healthy. He's finally healthy. And like I said, man, they blew them boys out, blew them out the doors. When Charlie Blackmon is in that game, boy, it's a different story. I got Colorado at home. They feeling good about themselves, man. Chicago didn't get a better pitcher on the mound other than Michael Kopech from yesterday. And I think they didn't move the needle at all. I think we see a similar fashion game, man. High-scoring game, but the Colorado is going to be in front. Next game, we got Arizona with no pitchers listed. We versus Yu Darvish from the San Diego Padres. Game's going to get short and simple. I'm going San Diego money line in the under. Yu Darvish is going to shut these guys down. Yu Darvish is pitching pretty wishy-washy as of late, but when he's going against a dormant offense like these guys has been as a no show just as much as the Yankees have been lately. The Arizona Cardinals, the Arizona Diamondbacks. I think we're gonna see a under here. It's gonna pitch to Yu Darvish's favor. I think we see another dormant offense performance from Arizona, and I think we see an under and the San Diego win. Next game, we got Ken Waldichuk. Waldichuk is terrible. He's 2-7 his last 9 decisions. He got patched up. Well, his team and his bullpen got patched up pretty bad last 2 games, losing by 2 and 1 to the Washington Nationals. He pitched pretty good in that Nationals game. That was a great game for him. But he's not winning games at all. He's been facing pretty tough lineups, man. He's only been able to win. Yeah, he's only been able to win 4 games all season long. About 120 some games. He only been able to win 4 games. Not good back in Waldichuk. I think we see a run line loss. This is short and sweet. I think we see another run line loss for those Oakland A's, man. Cole Irvin's pitching way better than this cat. And he's 1-3 in his last fucking 4 decisions, and he's pitching better. That says a lot, man. He got patched up 1 inning and 1/3, 1 1/3 innings against the dormant New York Yankees. Lost 8-3. I think we just see another run line win from this Baltimore. They're not gonna play with these cats. I might see a sweep from Baltimore. They're not gonna play with these Nimrods. You know, they're not in their range of competition. I think they stamped down on them, man. 3-game sweep or 4-game sweep, however long the series is. Tampa Bay and Tampa Bay's coming in against Patrick Sandoval in the next game. Patrick Sandoval lost his last 3 starts against good lineups, 8-3, 5-1, and 12-0. Before that, he faced a pretty dormant offense in Detroit and a very dormant offense in New York, and won those games by the run line, by the alternate run line as well. Other than that, man, I think he can give up that ball a lot and quick. Last game he pitched against the Texas Rangers. He gave it up early and often. 6 walks against the Braves. 4 walks, 3 strikeouts. More walks than his strikeouts. I think he gives it up often, man. I do not like Patrick Sandoval at all. I think he should be at the crib too, or like at a skateboard shop or something. You know, like a surfboard shop. He should be selling surfboards. Zach Eflin, on the other hand, is much better. Like I said, man, I'm back in Tampa Bay. I'm back in Tampa Bay until they show me otherwise, man. Zach Eflin is coming in off a rough start, but after a rough start, he usually cleans it up. You can see signs of bouncing back, improvement. He's winning more often than not. It's not like we're depending on him to bounce back or we don't know what to expect. Sometimes he have a bad game, man. A dormant offense in Cleveland exploded. That's unexpected. That's not a dormant offense in Miami. That's kind of expected, but man, he shut down Baltimore, shut down the fucking St. Louis Cardinals. St. Louis, yeah. Man, he shut them boys down, man. I think I don't see anything different. Los Angeles didn't move the needle at all, man. I think we see another run line win from Tampa Bay. I'm taking Tampa Bay. Tickets as low as $3, y'all. $3. $3. That's 12 quarters. That's how fucking unenthused the Los Angeles Angels are for their home team. Tampa Bay Rays to sweep them boys. Next game, final game. Miami Magic. Braxton Garrett coming in against Julio Urias. Braxton Garrett's pitched pretty good in his last 4 starts for sure, but he had a rough start against Colorado Rockies at home, actually. Dormant offense against Detroit. It was a close, narrow win. Bullpen scared him late, but he gave up 1 run. He pitched a good game. 3 runs or fewer in his last 4 starts. No homers in the last 4 starts. 2 walks or less in his last 4 starts. His strikeouts numbers have been dipping low, but he could get about 4 or 5 on average. Um, and his offense can back him up, man. His offense is real. That offense is real. I think we see another over. Like I said, man, I don't think the Julio, man, Julio is pretty good at home. I'm not gonna lie. Julio is good to back at home. I like the lineup there on the Dodgers too, man. I just think we see another over though, man. Look at his last 5 games, all been overs. And he's pitching pretty good. No earned runs given. No earned runs given. Still a 10-point game. Still a 9-point game. I think we see runs again late with the bullpens. And I think we see them give up runs as starters. He gave up 8 earned runs against a good Baltimore on the road. At home against a decent little Colorado, we gave up 3 of them. 12 strikeouts, but 3 earned runs given up. I think we see runs again on this one, man. Over. I'm stabbing the over. And I'm not going to lie, man. I don't think the needle is moved. I think we see Miami damn near pull off a reverse sweep. After the Dodgers come off a 11-game win streak, I think they get a reverse sweep blessing. Miami magic is real. I'm going to take Miami money line and the over again. And that's how we're going to close out the night. Leave a comment, subscribe, and we're going to stay beating the odds and stay positive, man. It starts winning with you, man. If you don't think you're winning a lot of your tickets, a lot of people ask me, well, how do I win a lot of my tickets? It's the secret is you gotta believe it's gonna win before it even win. If you already talking down on it and talking negative, this shit might not hit, man. Or you know what I'm saying? Like just anything like that, just any negativity, don't even think about that. Just don't even think about nothing negative. And that's how you gonna start winning more tickets, man. But you know, a lot of parlays are for fun, man. A lot of them are long shots. At the end of the day, people got to realize that if you do want to win more, do less teams and more money down. But I do like to do the low risk, high reward. So I do play both sides. So it's to each of his own. But that's how we gonna close out the video, y'all. Stay tuned for next video. It's your boy Yo Yo.